Hello, friends. An artillery crew of the defenders needed firewood for their redoubt and decided to get it in an unorthodox way. That is, by using their self-propelled howitzer. Now, more seriously, the impact on the tree is quite dangerous because in the worst case, it can cause a premature detonation, sending a barrage of splinters and fragments. And, in the best case scenario, it significantly shortens the range of the ammunition, which can pose a danger to Allied troops. In the Guardia Z rear attack campaign, the operators of the Black Sky Battalion, belonging to the 3rd Spartan Brigade of the Ukrainian National Guard, published a video on July 13 showing how they are expanding their mid-range attack campaign, launching their Mosquitoes against a Russian ship anchored in the port of Mariupol, which is about 115 kilometers from the front line. This doesn't mean Black Sky has neglected its duties, sometimes with the ground invaders, as they also shared a series of recordings of their attacks against logistics trucks, trying to travel along the Donetsk roads leading to the front, including the T-0507 highway near Kotelnikovo and a gas station with liquefied natural gas tanks near Starovichevo. The Spartan Brigade is known for its relentless mosquito operations along the corridor between Donetsk and Mariupol, maintaining constant pressure on Russian supply lines. The goal of the Black Sky Battalion is to permanently disrupt the flow of reinforcements, ammunition, fuel, and essential equipment for the Russian forces operating in that southern sector of the Donetsk front. On the logistics front, the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine has officially approved an improved variant of the Gyursa 2 armored vehicle, a local development that has already been given the green light to join the ranks of the armed forces. Under the Ukroarmortek brand, this evolution of the Gyursa 01 was born from the lessons learned by the defenders on the Zero Line, turning real experience into a dramatic leap in survivability and situational awareness. The vehicle meets NATO STANAG, 4,569 standards levels 3A and 3B, which means that the crew can keep yawning if they hit a mine of up to 8 kilograms. This is because it has a reinforced V-shaped hull, 360-degree internal anti-fragmentation lining, and ballistic protection capable of withstanding armor-piercing incendiary rounds and the rain of shrapnel from invading artillery. Its mobility is on another level. With independent suspension and a central tire inflation system, it flies at 110 kilometers per hour on the highway and has a range of 1,200 kilometers. It is designed for long-distance patrols and urban combat, carrying 10 soldiers plus the driver in an ergonomic space with air conditioning and thermal insulation. But what really makes it a different kind of predator is its 360-degree surveillance system made up of a set of day and night cameras, monitored by an artificial intelligence agent that instantly detects intruders, vehicles, drones, and mines, drastically reducing reaction times to any surprise from the orcs. To deliver therapy to the invaders, it has fire support options that include remote weapon stations equipped with classic 7.62 or 12.7 millimeter machine guns, or, if something more forceful is preferred, a 40 millimeter grenade launcher. Now, what's interesting is that these stations are capable of automatically locking onto their targets, and they can fire without having to stop. This piece of engineering is a reflection of the new generation of Ukrainian combat vehicles that prioritize, above all, the lives of soldiers. A few days ago, the 1st Azov Army Corps announced it had carried out Operation Peklo, or Hell in Spanish, which was carried out by unmanned systems operators, in a masterful display of asymmetric warfare, through which they methodically dismantled a secret fuel storage and distribution base, which the Horde had set up in the occupied city of Novoambrovzivka in the Donetsk region. A commander describes the actions. Petroleum products are pillars of this war. To ensure efficient logistics, The Russians built a network of fuel storage facilities in the Donetsk region, 16 kilometers from the state border. The heart of this system was the Novo-Ambrosivka storage facility, which was camouflaged on the grounds of an old cement factory, where products arrived by rail and were stored in above-ground and underground tanks, and in underground schools. Exploration. From there, tanker trucks disguised as civilian vehicles transported the fuel to the storage depots of the armies and brigades. The government has ensured that the armies of the SRF are mostly at the border. After months of silent surveillance, the forces of the 1st Azov Corps launched a series of attacks against the key nodes of the system. First, a railway crane was destroyed, which could be used to clear the railroad track if it was blocked. After that, they blocked the track by attacking a diesel locomotive at a point where it could not be towed, thus blocking the supply route to the base. The road to the base was blocked. Then, the electrical substation supplying power to the entire base was destroyed. Finally, the fuel tanks were also destroyed. The invaders must clearly understand that we see them, we know their movements, and we will attack them at the right moment. Great work by the most well-known unit of the National Guard of Ukraine. On the maritime front, the Ukrainian Navy confirmed the final demilitarization of the patrol ship Izumrud, a Rubin-class patrol ship of the Russian FSB that ended its days against a pier in Gelendzhik. The naval operators found it sailing near the port of Novorossiysk, so they sent a Sargan 3000 drone to say hello, which left a hole on the starboard side of the hull, forcing the crew to crash it in an emergency against a pier in the port of Gelendzhik, where it was left partially sunk. But come on, we can all agree that this is a total loss for the Horde. They'll probably claim it didn't sink, just got promoted to submarine. The Ukrainian Navy carried out this attack about 480 kilometers from the line of contact, which shows that Ukrainian surface predators are prowling the Black Sea, very close to the bases of Ivan the Pirate, who, besides having to sadly say goodbye to his patrol ship, also lost several sailors who were wounded and deputinized. This ship, which was 62 meters long, weighed 750 tons, had a maximum speed of 27 knots, and also had a helicopter platform, was very useful for the Horde. But it had a rather dark history for Ukraine, since on November 25, 2018, it was one of the main actors in the aggression against 3 Ukrainian Navy ships, the patrol boats Berdyansk, Nikopol, and the tugboat Yani Janikapu, which were trying to cross the Kerch Strait on their way to Mariupol. The Russian Navy blocked the route under the Kerch Bridge with a cargo ship, preventing the group from moving forward, and then the FSB patrol ship Don rammed the Yani Janikapu while they were chasing the Ukrainian group as it was returning to the Black Sea. Since the Ukrainian sailors did not stop, the Russian forces opened fire on the Berdyansk, wounding 6 sailors. After that, they captured the 3 vessels and 24 sailors, whom they held prisoner for almost a year. But well, revenge has arrived, served up by drones, and satellite images confirm that the Izumrud is half sunken in port with its hull pierced, probably out of action for good. Fun fact, the port of Gelendzhik is only 23 kilometers from Putin's main summer palace. The war keeps getting closer to the Tsar. If you want to see additional content about the war in Ukraine, I invite you to visit our 2 new channels where we present information about the war in a different format. Don't forget to check them out. Remember to visit our Patreon, where for just $1, you'll have access to a large number of uncensored videos and documentaries. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel.